and very quickly found that HP Gary Federal, along with another company called Palantir and another company called Verico, had been offering their capabilities, which designed generally for the use by government intelligence community. They were offering these capabilities to private firms, such as Bank of America and the U.S. Chamber of Commerce. Bank of America had been asking around about going after WikiLeaks in a clandestine fashion. The Justice Department itself actually recommended that Bank of America go to a law firm called Hutton and Thompson, which is sort of a very powerful lobbyist firm that seems to also specialize in dirty tricks campaigns. What HP Gary and these other companies were planning for Bank of America at their behest was a campaign against WikiLeaks, by which they would launch cyber attacks and also try to promote internal dissension. Campaign against major supporters of WikiLeaks, including Glenn Greenwald, the journalist for Salon, the former New York civil litigator. And for U.S. Chamber of Commerce, they were setting up a plan by which to acquire intel on members of various left-wing groups opposed to the Chamber, including Operation Pink, Code Pink, and a number of others. So this all made the press for a little while, and that was swell. But then after a few weeks, the press decides something is no longer newsworthy because time has passed, even though there's all these other emails sitting there waiting to be looked at. So about a month later, someone else finds that HP Gary Federal had been bidding on a program in the U.S. Air Force called persona management. This is software that will allow a single person, in this case, to control 10 fake people, complete with online biographies that are all manufactured, and also with software assisting in the conversations in real time, such that they don't have to, a person doesn't have to remember all these details of the conversations he's had as these fake people with other people. And after this was discovered, CENTCOM admitted that it was for them, that they're operating at a U.S. Air Force bases jointly conducted by CENTCOM, and that this was used as part of Operation Notice Voice, which is basically the information and surveillance campaign by U.S. and unclassified multinational forces. That's one thing. And of course, they claim that they would never use it to Americans, that would be against the law. Of course, 2 days after that CENTCOM made that assertion, Michael Hastings of Rolling Stone came back from Afghanistan and reported that a three-star general had ordered a U.S. PSYOP team to use PSYOPs on visiting U.S. senators. What that shows us is that no matter what is illegal or not, some faction of the military or intelligence complex, some other company or some other government facet will use these things against U.S. citizens. The other worry is that we know that these same companies that are already so lucratively providing these services to other major U.S. companies and other governments around the world, presumably, are the same companies that are developing some of these capabilities, which very few people know about, and which are only going to get more effective as all these companies compete from the contract on it. So, persona management itself, the implications there being that we've seen a few patents from 2007. We have a few clues as to the specific aspects, but overall it's something that's going to keep evolving until you have one person who can, even more automatically thanks to approved software, control 100, 500 people that all seem to be real and which all seem to be expressing opinions about events. Those of us who have been around the anonymous movement for a while, in particular, know all too well how effective it can be to be able to manufacture that kind of